Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Nimbatus with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome to a brand new update which has massively changed how the campaign now works. Honestly, I was waiting around for this type of patch to occur, and finally it's now here. We are in the 0.7 patch, which is the preview patch over on Steam, and a lot of things have changed, especially now, since Nimbatus has a proper story, at least a story which is in-game and shown to you quite well, but also, there are now different classes that you have to choose from at the start of the game, and depending on the class you choose, you may not even get access to the old tech tree system, that is to unlock all the different upgrades to the weapons, and instead you are simply vulnerable to the types of weapons you get by doing the missions. I'm not sure if that's randomized or not, but either way, that's how we're going to play today. We've played a lot with the old tech tree system. Let's see how the game plays with that removed and a new loot system in its place. Now, if you do choose the class which has the tech tree, you still get the new loot system, you can get weapons with upgrades and stuff like that, but you can also spend resources to research specific upgrades to add to your weapons. So with that, let's get started. Here we go, I've tested out a little bit with the tech system, a very little bit, just to make sure the other system doesn't have the tech tree, and now we play a new class. I should also mention the game is now split into 3 modes: competitive, campaign, and creative. There is also a lot more changes I haven't covered, so let's just get started and have a look at the game itself. The desire to explore new territories is written deep down in the DNA of mankind, and so, after the conquest of the vast oceans, people found a way up to the stars. The Russian satellite Sputnik in 1957, the manned moon landing of Apollo 11 in 1969, the colonization of Mars in 2071, and the first successful travel through a wormhole in 2120 were all crucial milestones in the history of space exploration. But none of these were as promising as what lies ahead of us. The Nimbatus, the biggest mobile drone factory ever made, is finally ready to be sent out into space. With its one-of-a-kind hyper-warp engine and self-sustaining resource-gathering systems, it is able to leave the safe zone within seconds. This is where you, Captain, come into play. You have the responsibility to command the Nimbatus and construct specifically designed drones to explore the far ends of our universe, and to report any discoveries you make back to us. Also specially designed drones, if you could actually read. It's time you introduce yourself. Hi there, I'm the captain who can't read. Either way though, as you can see, we have all the new classes. We have Researcher, Engineer, Miner, Pilot, and Heavyweight. The Researcher is the one which has access to the weapon editor and the technology tree, and it has something very interesting. Its thrusters use energy, not fuel. So as you can see, in the starting items, we simply don't have fuel. Maybe we get access to the normal ones later on, but it doesn't seem like we get them to begin with. Now, thankfully, we all get access to the resource container. Yes, indeed we do, and we all have the resource collector. So let's have a look-see then, what's the difference between all these classes. It's weird that there's no music here. Either way, we have the Heavyweight, which will increase our drone part health by 100%, and has bigger and stronger energy shields, which is very, very nice indeed. We have the Pilot, with 100% more thrust, and afterburners have no speed requirement. Normally, the afterburners require you to be at a certain speed before you can activate them, then they are really, really powerful. But with the Pilot, you can just activate them at any time, which, again, is very nice. The Miners have plus 100% mining efficiency, and a stronger drill that can harvest minerals. Now that's really cool, because to me, that seems way more fun when it comes to harvesting resource than the usual harvesting item, which apparently we just don't have. Interesting. Tempted by that. We have the Engineer, which has all the logic parts unlocked and all the sensory parts, or at least I think all of them. It has 50% less deployment cost. That's the cost to actually send a drone to a world, which is now a thing. And then we have wireless fuel, energy, and resource transfer. That I'm really curious about. So fuel and energy transfer, that's what used to be in the game for a while, where all the drones on a planet, even if you separate them, would all share fuel and energy with each other by default. The resource transfer is interesting, because does that mean we can just have a single drone near the resource point and then send out a secondary drone, and as we collect the resources, they instantly get teleported back, and then we collect them? Because if that's the case, that will be really interesting. And then the Researcher, we get the special thrusters, and we get the tech tree. That's what makes them interesting. For now, though, I think I'm going to go with the Miner, because the idea of the harvesting with the drill thing is really cool, though I am tempted by Engineer. I don't know which one I'm going to pick if I do a full playthrough of the campaign, by the way. Tell me if you want to see that. and which class you would like, but for now, we're just going to go with the minor. Sure. It's an honor to have you on board. Fasten your seatbelt, the Nimbatus is ready for takeoff. The hyperwarp engine accelerates, smoke spreads all over the place, a blinding light followed by a big bang stretches across the scenery and everything fades to white. The Nimbatus flies in hyperwarp speed. The stars, once visible as dots, are deformed into endless light streaks. Galaxies are passing by like bullet trains through the night. Everything seems to be working according to plan. Then they realise they've put me in charge. The endless void suddenly disappears behind a giant steel curtain blocking your line of sight to outer space. It's an unidentified spacecraft and it's catching up to the Nimbatus. A giant explosion interrupts the darkness. As soon as the vacuum extinguishes the blazing flames, the damage gets uncovered. The warp engine was disconnected from the Nimbatus. It must have been destroyed in the attack. Find a way out of here and report back to Earth about the dangers that are awaiting behind the void's curtain. And so, we begin in our world, and instantly, this is a different world to what I started on last time with my engineer. Not my engineer. Yes, engineer. Researcher. And, by the looks of things, different items as well. So over here, we get jump thrusters and some of the yellow resource, which now has a name. Perhaps it's always had a name, but I just never really pay attention. Of course it had a name. I just forgot. And from here, we get the medium batteries and medium fuel tanks. So, we'll start on the first world. Mission: locate the black box. Now we have health, and we also have threat. I do not know what either of those truly represent. Is health when we lose drones? Is threat when our drones get attacked? I don't know. Let's find out. So obviously we need to create our first drone, which is going to be a really, really basic one. This is all of the items we currently have available. So yeah, this is going to be rough. Also, we only have 2 drills, which is a shame, because that means it's going to be difficult to build this without getting all our drones stuck on things. I'm fairly certain the resources in the middle here will not be harvested. I guess we'll find out though. If they are, then this is going to be fine. If not, then, oh well. Back to the drawing board later on. This is going to be one stupid looking thing. Sure. Now, I know the drills actually have a hitbox slightly larger than they look, but I'm not sure if this is still going to be okay. So for now, we'll just build it like this and we'll see just how the drills work. Actually, you can be middle mouse button instead. There we are. And yeah, a bit low on fuel here, but sure, let's just send this out and see how this goes, shall we? Make sure it works, first of all. Yeah, that's fine. So I had a quick test, and yeah, the drill's hitbox are absolutely huge, so we can definitely have them further apart, which should make everything a fair bit easier. Now, I've just went down once, which cost us 50 resources, a bit of a waste, honestly, for that little test, and that increased our threat. Once again, I don't really know what that threat will do once we hit 100%. Or whatever breakpoint there is. So we need to find the black box in a container amongst the wreckage, which basically just means destroy all the wreckage and find the item we're after. That's cool. Yeah, that's much better than using the other harvesting type. Now, when we have more parts to build a more effective drone than this, it'll be even much, much easier. Aha, there's some wreckage. Just quickly burn that away. Since this is a plasma weapon, it will set things on fire over time. I'm so used to self-balancing drones, this is so weird. Whoa. What are you? I don't know. Oh, I think if you use a magnet, you can bring that back to the resource collector. That's what it is. Yeah, having just turning thrusters on the back, not a great idea for easy controls. I can't wait until I get some logic parts so I can make the drone I really want. At the moment, we're honestly more of a weapon than anything else, and by the looks of things, have I built this thing asymmetrically? No, I haven't. Excellent. Well, at least one thing's correct then. Oh, hello. Well, there's bugs around at least. And there it is. So it turns out the piece of wreckage with a little bit of yellow on will always contain something. Sometimes a bug trying to kill you, sometimes a crate, which I simply can't grab, and occasionally the item you're actually after. Also, what I should have done there is destroyed this blob first, because that, if it attaches to the resource, would have gave me more resources. Wow. Well, we're about to find out when it comes to damage if that is actually our drone taking damage or something else, maybe tied to threat later on. For now, though, since I don't even know if I'm going to be using this drone, this engineer class, for the rest of the playthrough, miner class, well, we're just going to grab what we've already got. Actually, one question I've just thought. Since we no longer have the resource tree, since we're playing the miner, not the researcher, why do I even want these resources that much? There must be a reason for it later, I'm sure. Other than, of course, just the basic deployment cost, but that's not very much. More batteries, more fuel tanks. Lovely. Next up, destroy the Corp transmitter, our enemy. And I believe the one who actually shot us down in the first place. Okay, we'll do that and then jump to a new system. Moving from one planet to the next will also increase threat. Well, that's kind of terrifying. So this time, destroy the transmitter. And hopefully it will move a little bit better this time as well, since we have turning thrusters on the front and on the back. Yeah, it should be easy to turn. Oh, seems like there's a bit more air resistance here. Didn't really check the stats. Either way, find and destroy the transmitter. What was that? Oh, I'm assuming that's going to be the transmitter. Hello. So ignore me, just assassinating it. Haha, fools! Now we make our getaway. There we are. Mining perfection. I very rarely use jump thrusters, but still, good to have them. So now then, we should have access to the next systems, correct? Yes, indeed we do. Ooh, common weapons, and some of that. Just more of the regular resource. 4 of one common weapon, 2 of the other. Destroy the lab. Destroy the lab. Collect the relic. Destroy the snake eggs. Destroy the transmitter gives us spikes, which is pretty cool. And then we get a large battery and uncommon weapon with upgrade. Destroy. Okay, let's go and do this. Let's go and do Biggie. That's the planet's name, by the way. And apparently there's a world made out of gold. Well, then yeah, we're going to go and do that. And the threat is in each system. Okay, so whilst we're in the galaxy, the threat will stack. So once again, all we need to do is destroy the transmitter. So diving through water. Ooh, sparkly water. And we've already found the transmitter. Wait, can that shoot through the ground? Oh, come on, that's cheating. Well, there goes pretty much everything. I'm guessing that's not meant to happen. Yeah, you're not meant to be able to shoot through the ground, game. Poop. Return. Yeah, let's do that again. This time, hopefully, let's not be ambushed by weapons firing through solid objects. No, no, it's happening this time. Okay, now it's not. It seems like if their gun is in the ground, it just sort of goes straight through. Come on, break it before you die. That's all they care about. There we go. Good. This drone's terrible at fighting, it really is. Oh no, it's a bio laser. Those are the ones which like grow land. At least they used to. It says carves through terrain, but that's the bio weapon. Right? I mean, that's what bioweapons used to do. They used to grow land rather than destroy it. Yeah, used to terraform planets. Which is a shame, because it's a really good weapon otherwise. But I can't change it, though. So... a bit of a niche use there, honestly. Either way, doesn't really matter too much for now. Point is, I want to see what this is. Mine as many resources as you can. Sure, let's go and get some money. Oh. So we only have a limited amount of time. Oh, I'm going to get so very little with this drone. I really should wait and then come back, but honestly, even if we still stick with the miner, I will be restarting this campaign if I do the campaign fully. Oh, I'm already full of resources. Okay, then. Should have really added a second resource container, but still, that's fine. I'm still wondering if there's actually going to be a shop or anything, because at the moment, there's not much point in gathering all these resources. Also, I'm realizing this drone is pretty darn terrible. And sadly, bioweapons also don't regrow resource. It only works on normal terrain. So I guess I'll just keep on doing that over and over again. Come on, drop the resources. There we are. And... boom. Status failed. Well, I guess it really isn't the mission, is it? Either way, there we are. That's that done. And we found a shop. 30% extra threat. Don't care. Want to see what's at the shop. Also want to see what happens at 100% threat if we don't get to next galaxy. That's more... oh, that's definitely more like it. Wow. 300% bullet count, plasma, rocket. Yes. Oh, so the health is the Nimbatus itself. There's also the super capacitors. I don't really like the energy sections which don't recharge. Yeah, give me those. Some actual weapons for our drone. That'd be lovely. Swap out these two for them. I like the lasers, but their incredibly limited range makes them difficult to use. Ah, rockets. Suddenly I feel so much happier and more content. But yeah, let's figure out what happens with that. So I need to get to 4 anyway, so let's try and finish off these. Is that planet called Bob? Obviously we're going to Bob. The Corp has caught up with you and opens fire. A few shots hit you and manage to penetrate the hull. Was that because of threat, or was that a random event? I'm assuming because of threat. Okay then, that's interesting. Small batteries, yep, I want that. Let's go and grab that. And destroy some eggs. With rockets! Oh, hello! Okay, nests take a little bit too long to destroy. That's annoying. There we go. Hopefully we can find all 5 on the surface and thus avoid the worm. Oh, hello! I mean snake! I mean snake! I meant no disrespect! So avoiding the worm snake's going well. Yeah, okay, I think I get it. Let's make ourselves a little bit faster this time, shall we? Oh no, a worm is heading our way. Boing. Yep, that'll work. I just saw the snake, and once we destroy the egg, it should come for us. So I'm just going to move to the other side of the planet and hopefully find some more eggs over here. There's one. Jump thrusters are pretty awesome, gotta be honest. Also, rockets, incredibly inaccurate. That makes 2. There's actually quite a few near the start underground, but for now, let's just see if we can get this done without risking it. And we're done. Okay, there we are. Mission completed. The laboratory, I assume that's going to be really difficult to do. Destroy hives, gives us 3 more weapons. Yeah, let's go and do that one. Do those count as large hives? I don't think they do, but let's find out. Also, did they just kind of destroy themselves? Oh, okay, it's back off. That's going to explode. And yet, they definitely do count as large hives. That's fine. This drone is terrible. But I guess in a way, that's kind of the point. We start off terrible and we improve. But I'm sure I could have done this better even with the limited stuff we had. Though, to be fair, we didn't really have all that much. Oh, look. You can kind of see the hitboxes then for a second of the drills. That was interesting. And we are done. Giving us... That's more like it. Freezing Flamers. So now we could go to the next galaxy. Or we could see what happens once we hit 100% threat. Well, that's plus 15% threat, so maybe it actually continues then. So let's go to the wormhole. 99% threat. Okay. Oh. Okay then. So apparently more things can happen. Whoa. That's a lot of upgrades on that weapon. That is very cool. Although I think it has shorter range. Still though. Wait, isn't that one upgrade there less weapon? Sorry, less damage? No, the threat is now at 20%. So what I'm going to do is just jump around for a little while until the threat hits 100, and we'll see what happens. Then, I think we'll call it a day, because, yeah, the campaign looks really interesting now. I don't know if it is truly an end. Can you eventually get back to Earth after going through all the wormholes? I don't know, but I do want to play it more. So a full playthrough may be a little bit of a weird thing to say since it's not finished, but I am really curious to see how the game plays out at the moment, and to hopefully give some feedback. Jumping from one area to the next, you intercepted a distress call. Investigate. Hello. Pirates! Defend yourself. Oh dear. The pirate attack event. Wait, I'm attacking that? Oh my god, we're doomed. Haha. I'm assuming it's also going to be attacking the Nimbatus, which explains the shield health. Yes, burn! Baby, burn. Unless the shield health is the thing I'm attacking, I'm not sure. It is definitely attacking the Nimbatus, but on the upside, it's on fire. On the downside, I am being killed. Oh, did I beat it? through a glory of flames. That was awesome. That's a really nice addition. This is why I don't like reading every last patch note, and I specifically avoid other people's Let's Plays and videos, because if I knew about that, it wouldn't have been anywhere near as cool. Also, this is called the Happy Planet. Oh, Corporation. Ow. Ow. I still want to hit maximum threat. I'm assuming still that threat increases the odds of this occurring, because it's increasing our threat. Either we are a threat to them, or the threat to us is increased. Either way, it makes complete sense. Yeah, it's 3% to jump to other planets in the same system. It's 9% to jump to the next system. Hello, once again, gonna be zapped. Ow. Ow. How do we keep getting away? That's my question. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. 99% threat. Ooh, that really hurt. Now I just want to see what happens if we get destroyed. It does seem like the odds of things happening just massively increases as our threat increases. Yeah, we definitely don't want to stick around a galaxy that much, so we have to be a bit smarter with our jumps. Of course, at the moment, I'm trying to get the poor thing destroyed, but ignore that. There we go, and bang. We are dead. Game over. Oh my god, it actually deletes your save. That is really cool. Okay, so Nimbatus, the brand new playthrough, the brand new campaign mode, well, at least its new revamped version. What do you guys think? Shall I continue playing? Shall I not? I am really curious to see how far the game will go, because that seems really cool. And please tell me, which of the classes should I pick? Skip all that. The heavyweight, pilot, miner, engineer, and researcher, even though I kept on mixing up these three all the way through the playthrough. I'm more tempted by researcher, because we can change our weapons manually, and I love the idea of the energy-based thrusters, so we don't need to use fuel and energy. I think it's cooler. Or perhaps the heavyweight, because, well, I like shields. But honestly, all of them are good. I would simply pick the most popular. So, tell me below. Maybe there'll be a poll. Maybe I'll just read comments, because I do like seeing how people explain what they like. But with that, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed today's video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Nimbatus is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad to be back. And goodbye. And with that, I definitely need some sleep. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.